Oh, man. I mean, the amount of hours that our team has put in and the amount of hours I've put on the golf course to get to that point, I mean, it starts back in junior golf. I mean, it's insane. Just how much hard work you have to put in to get to that point. And kind of mentally, how strong you have to be. I've always considered myself really, really strong on the mental aspect. That, I mean, you could throw anything at me and I'll figure it out. To have this, 54-hole lead and playing with Rory, and Rory throwing out and trying to bait me a little bit with some of the things he was saying, try to get underneath my skin on trying to add pressure onto me. And then for him to come out and me bogey the first, him par, and then him have a chance for eagle on the second. It's kind of like every test that could possibly get thrown at you was thrown at me in my first major to try to win. I was able to mentally stay in it and just, pass all those tests, and that was the awesome feeling. It's the one major you're always playing the same golf course over and over again. Every year it's the same venue, same place. So you start to get to learn different nuances about the golf course, but also learn about yourself when you go out and play. Being your first major of the year. And I felt like coming into it that there were some things that I had to do differently. I had to prepare a little differently for the golf tournament. It's just not going to the golf course and practicing and playing, but that's, mentally prepare, get my headspace correct. And I feel like I've always put too much pressure on myself going into Augusta that I have to go out and play well. And so I went over early for 2 days and put in 16 hours of work in 2 days at the golf course and got all my notes, everything I felt like I needed to know ahead of time, and just decided, I'm going to show up Monday afternoon. And I'm going to play 9 holes Tuesday, 9 holes Wednesday, and then play the par 3 and tee it up. I just kept on reminding myself all week that, hey, just go out and have fun. You know what to do. Just play golf. You've done all the work. Just go out and have fun. It felt like I was at peace when I was there, and I was just kind of walking down the fairways like, all right, it's another day at the golf course, another day playing golf. And I learned a lot from the experiences I had in the past. I felt like I was in complete control of my golf game, complete control of what was going to happen, and to just go out and play the best I can. My nerves got the best of me, I would say, on the drive on number 1, and that's it. The only thing I keep on telling myself, don't hit it right. Right's dead. Of course, Rory hits it 50 yards right and somehow has a window and is able to make par. I love to deviate from my game plans. It gets me in trouble a lot. But I made sure that I had a game plan going into every hole for every situation. whether it was into the wind, downwind, cold, hot, no wind, rain. I knew how I was going to play each hole kind of on situations. And so no matter what, whether, say I walk up number 1 and it's pumping 30 into the wind, and then the next day it's blowing 5 miles an hour downwind, I already knew what I was going to do on that hole off the tee and into the green on certain pin placements. I had a game plan. And the main thing was, because I had a game plan, go in, play golf, and just stick to the game plan no matter what. There's 2 times that it really tested me, which was on 11 when I hit it in the right trees. 2 years ago, I would have tried to hit the slice 4-iron that started in the water underneath the trees and tried to turn it back to that green. And I looked at Kessler, I said, hey, give me 9-iron. I'm just gonna chip it down there at about 70 yards shore of the water and try to get up and down. And worst case scenario, I make bogey, I take double out of play. And he just kind of looked at me, he goes, all right, yeah. And I chipped it down there and hit a good wedge shot, and I felt like I hit a perfect putt and it lipped out and, made bogey. I was like, all right, I went on to the next hole, made birdie on the next. Then all of a sudden I go to 15 on Sunday and hit a drive. It was a little left. It was way down there though. And I had those trees in my way on the left, but I had a window. It was a small window, but I was very confident that I could get through it. And, I was all for going for it. And Kessler looked at me and said, hey, we're leading this golf tournament right now. We got, we're up by 1 at the time. And he's like, just chip it down there, knock it on the green. And we'll try to make birdie the old-fashioned way. I didn't make birdie, but I was able to, and I didn't hit the green with a wedge shot after laying up, but I was able to get up and down and had a, made par. And at that point, those 2 moments kind of were like, you know what? I was at peace with myself and my game that, hey, we're just out here having fun, playing good golf, and just enjoying it, because a lot of the times when you're trying to force things or you're trying to deviate from game plans, the shot on 11 you're trying to go for because you don't want to make bogey, so you're trying to pull off the miracle shot to make par. And the shot on 15, you're trying to go through that gap in the trees to knock it on the green in 2 so you can 2-putt for birdie. Both those situations, it's just like, all right, we're sticking to what we're supposed to be doing, and we're playing really smart and methodical golf, which I felt like is what I had to do at Augusta in order to play well and contend. And because of that, it gave me the opportunity to win my first green jacket. I'm a leaderboard watcher, so no matter what, I know where everyone is before I even tee off. Whether they have the big white leaderboards at Augusta right behind the green, it doesn't faze me because I know what it is and I see it. And even though guys were making charges, it's all right, well, if I stick to my game plan, this game plan got me to this point, got me to the lead of this golf tournament. So this game plan works. If we stick to the game plan, continue executing golf shots how we're supposed to, come up 18, we're going to have a chance to win the golf tournament. I knew what Jordan was doing, but also I knew that he was running out of holes. And that with him running out of the holes, also, since he was so far ahead of me, he finished 18 when I was on 13. So I knew I had birdie opportunities coming up. The one that I had to worry about was Ricky, because Ricky, being the group in front of me, he's only a hole ahead. We both parred 16, and I had a 2-shot lead. And going into 17, with him birdieing 18, I knew that if I par in, I win the golf tournament. And at that point, it was all right. Hit the shots where I'm supposed to be hitting them to these pin placements, and as long as I execute them, then we'll be okay. There's definitely pressure, but the good thing is I knew where my ball was because it stopped halfway on the slope on 18, that I just had to get the putt started. Also, the good thing is if it didn't go in, I was able to see the golf ball go by the hole, so I'm able to see what the putt's doing. The putt barely broke, and I knew it was just a left center or right center putt. Anywhere inside there, the putt won't miss. And I knew right on contact, I knew the ball was in. I knew right then and there. I knew the stroke. I knew the feeling that I'm supposed to have whenever I'm putting. Right after that, it was just that sigh of relief that I finally done it. To be considered as a Masters champion, it's still hard to put in perspective and to really think about because of how special it is. You have stories of a lifetime, and it's just bonding experiences that you're going to now have throughout life that are just going to be unbelievable, and I can't wait just to experience all that comes with it. To be able to get that win and to have it be my 6th win on tour, it being my wife's favorite number is number 6, to me felt like a perfect scenario, a perfect story, and there's nothing like making that putt, having your caddy in his big jumpsuit kind of run over, give you a hug, and then turn around and look straight up the hill and see your wife waiting for you afterwards. It's an awesome feeling.